What to include in your progress report for the IRCC within your startup visa application. Let's take a deep dive into answering some of the questions from IRCC regarding your business progress. It is usually worded as the following. Please provide an up-to-date description of the progress and growth level of the business. Provide supporting documents, proof of contacts made, proof of pilot projects, signed agreements and contracts, etc. You will usually have 7 to 14 days to reply to these questions. My name is Andrea and I'm from Yala, Canada. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant specializing in the startup visa program. I actually moved to Canada on this program myself. So not only do I have a deep understanding of the program from a Canadian immigration consultant standpoint, but also the fears and doubts and questions that you may have as a founder, as I've been there myself. In my earlier video, I pointed out the 3 keys to answering this question. Firstly, make sure that the response is believable and reasonable. Secondly, and most importantly, of course, that it is actually showing genuine progress in the business within your report. And thirdly, provide supporting proof and documentation. As a founder, you are the best judge of how to actually present the answers to this question, but I like to divide it into 3 sections. First, the highlights or the executive summary. This will be your main accomplishments within your startup so far. Secondly, provide more details of each of the highlights. And thirdly, an appendix with the actual documentation which substantiates the claims you made in the earlier sections. Using this structure, it is possible to provide all the progress with increasing levels of detail, so the officer who is assessing your file will actually be able to drill down and ask more questions should he feel the need to. So in the executive summary, you are going to highlight the accomplishments of your startup, and here are some of the things that you can include in your report. Number 1, your revenues, your number of clients signed, the number of downloads or registered users, the pilot projects done, investments you have made, the hiring that you have done within Canada, status of your product development, highlights of your marketing campaigns or participation in events and roadshows, coverage in the press, MOUs signed with partners, prospects, or channel partners, any awards that you might have won or been a finalist in, any grants that you have successfully applied for or were shortlisted for, any contribution or impact that you have made on the local community. So once you have provided the executive summary, the next section can actually give a little more detail on each of those highlights. So you could possibly have 1 to 3 slides on each of the accomplishments. And lastly, in the appendix, you can provide copies of documents supporting proof that back up your claims. So let's look at an example. Let's say that you have signed on 2 channel partners. In your executive summary, you will say that you have signed on a partnership agreement with ABC Incorporated in Ontario and XYZ Incorporated in Alberta, thus increasing your distribution in these 2 provinces. In the detail section, you can explain who these companies are, what their revenues are, what other products they carry, and what is the structure of your financial arrangement with them. As well, in the appendix section, you can actually provide a copy of the signed channel partner agreement with these 2 companies. By following this structure, you will be able to provide a lot of detail without it appearing that you are just building up a document with screenshots or irrelevant documentation. Now keep in mind that you can only respond with a single document which has a size restriction of 4 MB. So though IRCC does not actually insist on a format, it is best that the document is in PDF so that the IRCC officer is able to view it the way that you would intend for him or her to view it, without any fonts being changed or revised or resized or otherwise just messing up the appearance of the document. Now this also means that you cannot provide multiple documents, links, videos, or external references. So it's best to actually work within the constraints of a single 4 MB PDF file. You can actually create the documentation in whatever format you are most comfortable with. I see most clients write their underlying report in Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, or Keynote. Now, if you are using PowerPoint or Keynote, it is helpful to change the page size to letter size, which is 8.5 by 11 inches. This is because this is the printer page size in Canada. So if the IRCC officer chooses to print it and read it out, it is in a size that is optimized for reading. Now you can also then export your report to PDF format and merge it with all the supporting documents and appendices you would need to add. Free Acrobat Reader software will not allow you to modify PDFs, so you will either have to purchase Acrobat or use the preview software on Mac, or use an online tool for modifying your PDFs such as ilovepdf.com. So once you have your progress report ready, you can basically upload it each month so that when IRCC does ask you for an update, you are not scrambling around trying to find it and put it together last minute, and you already actually have your response ready. Now lastly, it is best practice also that you upload your progress report to IRCC in web form every 6 months, whether or not you are asked for progress. Now this shows that you are proactive and you are consistently working on your business, which will be definitely to your advantage. If you found this content interesting, remember to like and subscribe to this channel. I'm Andrea Bailey from Yala, Canada. If you have any questions on how to succeed with your Canadian startup visa application or how to get started on this journey, feel free to reach out to me. I wish you all the best in your journey to Canada.